work, Misty. You captured Psyduck.
Don't congratulate me!
Hi, my name's Professor Silver, and you're watching Pokemon Explained, where we focus on the narrative arcs of all our favorite characters from the Pokemon anime. In today's class, we'll break down the complete history of Misty Psyduck, detailing all its battles, storylines, and character development. During Psyduck's debut in Hypno's nap time, a Hypno gave it a raging headache, sapped its energy, and forced it into the care of Hop 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 Town's Nurse Joy. All the other Pokemon in Nurse Joy's care recovered as soon as a drowsy counteracted Hypno's hypnotic waves, but Psyduck's ailment proved permanent. Since Joy worried for its well-being, Brock volunteered to keep Psyduck in his care. Once the fog of love dissipated and Brock came to his senses, he gave Psyduck to Misty, who caught it by accident. Despite her love for water types, Misty initially despised Psyduck as she cared little for its goofy demeanor, clueless nature, and dim-witted intelligence. Because Misty thought Psyduck useless, she gave it a makeover in Pokemon Fashion Flash and tried to trade it for Brock's Vulpix in the Ninja Poké Showdown. Misty's feelings towards Psyduck improved only after discovering that overly severe headaches unlocked its psychic abilities. Psyduck's use of Disable and Confusion while battling Team Rocket's Weezing and Arbok so amazed Fuchsia Gym Leader Koga that he offered Misty to trade for his Venomoth. Even though Misty realized then and there that she loved Psyduck and wouldn't trade it for the world, Psyduck still gave her massive grief in all its appearances. Much like Homer Simpson, Misty handled all of her issues with physical violence. She struck Psyduck and slapped it whenever it disrespected her or got out of line. Stealing food, kissing Snorlaxes, and falling asleep with its eyes open annoyed Misty, but nothing frustrated her more than when Psyduck randomly summoned itself. Psyduck's unannounced interruptions led Misty, Starmie, and her other Pokemon to barely battle at all during the entirety of the Kanto saga. In the Bridge Bike Gang, for example, Psyduck took Starmie's place opposite a biker's Cloyster. Its wimpy tail whip and ineffective scratch left Misty so embarrassed and desperate that she begged Cloyster to give Psyduck a headache before Team Rocket interrupted the battle. Thereafter, Misty made it her mission to give Psyduck a headache as soon as it entered a battle. Her strategy won out against a Farfetch'd and so near yet so far-fetched, but was ineffective against Ash and his Bulbasaur and who gets to keep Togepi, as they were both well aware of Psyduck's hidden abilities. Rather than give Psyduck a headache, Bulbasaur licked and tickled it into submission. In Princess vs. Princess, Psyduck nearly lost Misty the Princess Festival by summoning itself against Jessie in the finals. Its opponent, Lickitung, was so powerful that it had already defeated Pikachu, Bulbasaur, and Vulpix. Psyduck was too clueless to use Water Gun, but it withstood Lickitung's licks just long enough to activate its psychic abilities, win with Confusion, and earn Misty the doll set she had pined for her entire life. Misty tried to supercharge Psyduck's intelligence in the Breeding Center secret by leaving it at a breeding center, but was distraught to learn the facility was a scam run by Butch and Cassidy. She promptly rescued Psyduck, removed intimidating tape from its eyes, and let it treat her to a free buffet. Shortly after the kidnapping, Psyduck helped save the Cinnabar Gym, revealed its inability to swim, fought a battle of minds with the Slowpoke, nearly evolved into a Cybro, and saved Slowpoke from Team Rocket. It also starred in a Hollywood film, protected its co-star from Team Rocket, and fought its clone to a standstill in Mewtwo Strikes Back. When the Kanto saga concluded, Psyduck traveled with Misty to the Orange Islands where it juggled the GS Ball, ran from Pink Nidokings, danced up a storm, choked on grapefruit, annoyed Misty, withstood vicious scratches, sent Meowth flying, and regularly tried to drown itself. Even though Psyduck proved a handful, Tracy thought it Misty's favorite Pokemon in Bye Psyduck when Psyduck found itself lost at sea. After Water-type specialist Marina rescued Psyduck and proclaimed its glowing tail implied its impending evolution, she challenged Misty to battle. During the match, Marina's Psyduck showcased how strong Misty's Psyduck could have been if it hadn't been plagued by constant headaches and a low-level intellect. Misty intended for the two Psyduck to battle each other, but lost track of her Psyduck's Pokeball and falsely believed it to have evolved into Golduck when Ash accidentally threw her bag into the sea. She fell in love with Golduck after it overpowered Marina and obliterated Team Rocket, but her joy came to an abrupt end when Psyduck summoned itself and revealed that it had napped through the entirety of the battle. Misty's disappointment intensified even further after learning that Golduck was nothing more than a Pokemon version of Brock. While Misty wished Psyduck had evolved, she refused to give up on it and brought it to Johto. While there, Psyduck relaxed in pools, enjoyed hot sands, competed in firefighting competitions, regularly embarrassed Misty, got scared while fighting a pack of Houndour, mistakenly joined Team Rocket, cheered on Poliwhirl as it battled a Poliwrath, failed to learn to swim, nearly drowned, ran in fear from a Girafarig's tail, and woke an angry Magcargo. Beyond providing ample moments of comic relief, Psyduck also fought Ash's Kingler in the World Cup during the perfect match. Since Kingler had never seen Psyduck before, it foolishly gave the duck a raging headache, activated its psychic powers, and lost to confusion. Psyduck also tried to battle underwater gym leader Dorian and just add water, but quickly found itself out of breath and in need of a floaty. Psyduck deeply embarrassed Misty, but later regained her favor that same episode by learning Psychic and defeating Team Rocket's Pokemon. Shortly after the Johto League concluded, Misty returned to Cerulean City so she could resume leadership of the Cerulean Gym. Once there, Psyduck nearly got eaten by Gyarados, gave itself a headache from overeating, and played Love Doctor with Casarin and Lovering. In the Blue Badge of Courage, Psyduck nearly shut down the Cerulean Gym as the Cascade Badge Maker thought it abhorrent that a Water-type gym leader had a Water-type who couldn't swim. Psyduck didn't master the freestyle, but its psychic takedown of a Zigzagoon, Poochyena, and their thief owners so impressed the Badge Maker, he gave Misty his blessing and a case full of badges. After some hard training at the Cerulean Gym, Psyduck returned significantly stronger in Sun and Moons when regions collide. Whilst battling Mallow's Steenee and Lana's Popplio, Psyduck showcased a fully mastered water gun, unleashed a powerful confusion, and finally proved itself worthy of belonging to a water-type gym leader. In stark contrast to the original series, Misty thought Psyduck a bona fide cutie, a joy to be around, and only a little bit annoying, rather than a lot. During Misty's trip to Alola, Psyduck devoured a watermelon, bounced off a Dragonair's tail, nearly drowned, and developed brain freeze. Given Psyduck's position as Misty's most recognizable and iconic Pokemon, I would be incredibly surprised if it never appeared again. Psyduck won against James's Weezing, Jesse's Arbok, Keith's Farfetch'd, Jesse's Lickitung, Meowth, Ash's Kingler, James's Victreebel, a Zigzagoon, and a Poochyena. It lost to Ash's Bulbasaur and Misty. Its one and only tie was against its clone. Over the course of the series, Psyduck used Tail Whip, Scratch, Disable, Confusion, Water Gun, and Psychic. Though it has less brain power than my Maltese poodle, Psyduck is a lovable oaf who provided more personality to Misty's team than all her original Pokemon combined. Psyduck provided numerous laughs and many memorable moments, but I can't help but wonder how the series would have been different if Brock captured Psyduck in Misty's set. Not only would Psyduck have avoided ample abuse, but it also might have matured and become a competent battler, just like what happened with Lotad when it evolved into Lombre and Ludicolo. I'd love to see Psyduck one day reach its full potential and evolve into Golduck, but it's such a classic character that I can't imagine the writers will ever mess with its hilarious formula. And with that, class is adjourned. I'll be back next week to cover a different character from the anime. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you're never late to class. And for extra credit, like this video and let me know your thoughts on Misty's Psyduck. Until next time, catch you later.